In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, the Galactic Council had long debated the readiness of Earth for inclusion in the interstellar community. For centuries, they had observed humanity from afar, analyzing their development, their conflicts, and their triumphs. Now, as the 22nd century dawned on the blue planet, the time had finally come to make official contact. Commander Zara, a seasoned diplomat from the Advanced Centauri system, led the observation team tasked with the final assessment. Her iridescent scales shimmered in the artificial light of the cloaked ship orbiting Earth. She gazed at the viewscreen, her multifaceted eyes taking in the swirling clouds and vibrant oceans of the planet below. "Status report," Zara commanded, her translator converting her harmonic tones into the lingua franca of the Council. Her second-in-command, Vex, a towering insectoid being, stepped forward. "Commander, we've compiled the data from our century-long observation. The humans have made significant technological advancements, but there's an anomaly in their behavioral patterns that we can't quite decipher." Zara's antenna twitched with interest. "Explain." Vex projected a holographic display of human activities. "Their progress is inconsistent. They've developed incredible medical technologies, yet they still engage in destructive behaviors. They've harnessed fusion energy, but continue to squabble over resources. And most puzzling of all, they expend vast amounts of time and energy on activities that serve no apparent survival purpose." The display showed humans painting, writing, dancing, and engaging in various forms of play. Zara studied the images intently, her analytical mind struggling to make sense of the contradictions. "It's as if their entire species is driven by an insatiable curiosity," Vex continued. "They pursue knowledge and experiences even when there's no clear benefit. It's highly inefficient, yet it seems to be the core of their rapid advancement." Zara contemplated this information. In all her years of diplomatic missions, she had never encountered a species quite like this. The Galactic Council valued order, efficiency, and predictability. Humanity, it seemed, thrived on chaos and the unknown. "Prepare for contact," Zara decided. "We need to understand this anomaly before we can recommend Earth's inclusion in the Council." As the alien team made their final preparations, they were unaware that their carefully laid plans were about to be appended by the very trait they found so perplexing. Miles below, in a nondescript research facility nestled in the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Samantha Chen worked tirelessly on her lice project. Her lab was a chaotic mix of advanced holographic displays and old-fashioned whiteboards covered in scribbled equations. Samantha's eyes were bloodshot from lack of sleep, but they sparkled with excitement as she input the final parameters into her quantum detection array. "This is it," she muttered to herself, her fingers flying over the haptic interface. "If I'm right, we're not alone in the universe, and we're about to prove it." Her colleague and best friend, Dr. Imani Okoro, watched with a mix of concern and admiration. "Sam, maybe we should wait for official approval before we activate the array. The energy requirements alone could black out half the state." Samantha grinned, her enthusiasm infectious. "Where's your sense of adventure, Imani? Besides, if we wait for bureaucrats to give us the green light, we'll be waiting forever. The truth is out there, and I intend to find it." With a dramatic flourish, Samantha activated the array. The lab hummed with power as the quantum detectors sprang to life, scanning the cosmos for signs of advanced technology. Aboard the alien ship, alarms blared. Zara rushed to the command center, her usual composure shattered. "Report," she demanded. Vex's mandibles clicked in agitation. "It's impossible, Commander. The humans, they detected us. Our cloaking technology has been compromised." Zara stared at the readouts in disbelief. Centuries of careful observation and planning, undone in an instant by human ingenuity. She made a split-second decision that would alter the course of galactic history. "Initiate emergency contact protocols," she ordered. "If they know we're here, we must control the narrative." Back on Earth, Samantha and Amani watched in awe as their screens lit up with undeniable proof of extraterrestrial intelligence. But their elation quickly turned to shock as a massive ship suddenly appeared in the sky above their facility, its hull gleaming with an otherworldly metal. Within minutes, the world erupted into chaos. News of the alien arrival spread like wildfire across global networks. Governments scrambled to respond, militaries went on high alert, and billions of humans looked to the sky with a mixture of fear and wonder. As dawn broke over the Rocky Mountains, a shuttle descended from the alien ship, touching down in a clearing near the research facility. Samantha and Amani, along with a hastily assembled team of scientists and government officials, waited with bated breath as the shuttle's doors opened. Commander Zara emerged, her alien form a startling sight to human eyes. She approached the Earth delegation, her translator working overtime to process the cacophony of human languages. "People of Earth," Zara began, her voice resonating with authority. "We come in peace as representatives of the Galactic Council. Your recent technological breakthrough has forced us to accelerate our plans for contact." The humans murmured among themselves, a mix of excitement and apprehension palpable in the air. Samantha stepped forward, her scientific curiosity overriding any fear. "Welcome to Earth," she said, her voice steady despite the enormity of the moment. "I'm Dr. Samantha Chen. We have so many questions." Zara studied the human scientist, noting the eager gleam in her eyes. It was the same look she had seen countless times in the observation data, that uniquely human blend of curiosity and daring. "As do we, Dr. Chen," Zara replied. "Your species has long been a subject of fascination for us. Your inconsistencies, your inefficiencies, and yet, your remarkable progress. We are here to understand." As the initial introductions progressed, it became clear that the cultural gap between humans and the alien visitors was vast. The aliens struggled to comprehend human concepts of art, music, and leisure, while the humans were baffled by the rigid, purpose-driven society of the Galactic Council. Tensions rose as more alien ships appeared in Earth's orbit, triggering panic in some quarters of human society. Conspiracy theories ran wild, and some fringe groups called for immediate military action against the invaders. Amidst the growing chaos, Samantha had a breakthrough. During a heated debate about the purpose of human creativity, she realized that the aliens' confusion stemmed from a fundamental difference in perspective. "You see our curiosity as inefficient," Samantha explained to Zara, "but it's the source of our greatest strengths. We explore, we question, we imagine, not because we must, but because we can. It's how we innovate, how we solve problems we didn't even know existed." Zara's antenna quivered as she processed this information. But how can you progress as a species without a unified purpose, without a clear direction? Samantha smiled. "That's just it. Our direction is to explore all directions. Our purpose is to question purpose itself. It's messy and chaotic, but it's who we are." As the first day of contact drew to a close, both humans and aliens retreated to process the events that had transpired. Zara, in her private quarters aboard the ship, faced a decision that would shape the future of both species. The data was clear. Humanity's unpredictable nature made them a potential threat to the carefully ordered Galactic Council. And yet, that same trait had allowed them to achieve in centuries what had taken other species millennia. Zara knew that her report to the Council would determine Earth's fate. As she began to compose her thoughts, a sound drifted up from the planet below, music carried on the night air. Complex, beautiful, and utterly without practical purpose. In that moment, Zara understood that humanity's greatest weakness might also be its greatest strength, and perhaps, she mused, it was exactly what the galaxy needed. As the first rays of sunlight pierced the early morning mist, the alien ship hummed with activity. Commander Zara had made her decision. Earth would become the subject of an unprecedented study. If humanity's chaotic curiosity was indeed the source of their rapid progress, the Galactic Council needed to understand it. Dr. Samantha Chen, and Dr. Imani Okoro found themselves at the center of this interstellar experiment. They had been invited aboard the alien vessel, along with a diverse group of human scientists, artists, and thinkers. The ship's laboratories had been hastily repurposed to accommodate the human visitors, a mess of Earth technology interfacing with sleek alien devices. Zara addressed the assembled team, her translators working overtime to convey the nuances of multiple human languages. "We seek to understand the root of your species' advancement," she explained. "Our scientists will present you with a series of challenges. We ask that you approach them as you would any problem on Earth." Samantha exchanged a glance with Imani, excitement bubbling beneath her professional demeanor. "Commander," she said, "we're honored to participate, but I hope you understand that our methods might seem unorthodox to you." Zara's antenna twitched in what the humans had come to recognize as a sign of curiosity. "That, Dr. Chen, is precisely what we hope to observe." The experiments began immediately. Alien scientists presented the humans with complex mathematical equations, engineering problems, and even abstract philosophical questions. To the aliens' bewilderment, the humans approached each task with a seemingly random mix of intense focus and playful digression. During a particularly challenging physics problem, Samantha found herself scribbling equations on a whiteboard while humming an old pop song. Nearby, a poet and a quantum physicist engaged in a heated debate about the nature of reality, their conversations somehow leading to a breakthrough in understanding subatomic particles. Vex, observing these interactions, turned to Zara in confusion. "Commander, their methods are highly inefficient. They waste time on irrelevant discussions and activities. And yet they produce results," Zara finished, her voice tinged with wonder. "Continue monitoring. We must understand how this apparent chaos leads to innovation." As the days wore on, the human team's unconventional approaches began to yield impressive results. They solved complex problems that had stumped some of the galaxy's finest minds, often through connections and leaps of logic that the aliens found difficult to follow. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. The prolonged close contact between species led to misunderstandings and tensions. Some of the alien crew found the humans' constant questions and tendency to challenge authority unsettling. Meanwhile, some humans chafed under the rigid structure of the alien ship. The situation came to a head when a critical system on the alien vessel began to malfunction. The ship's energy core, powered by an exotic form of matter, started to destabilize. Alarms blared throughout the vessel as alien technicians rushed to contain the problem. Zara strode into the engine room, her usual composure cracking under the stress. "Report," she demanded. The chief engineer, a crystalline being named Lux, responded with a series of sharp clicks that the translator rendered into words. "Commander, the core's containment field is failing. Our standard procedures are ineffective. If we cannot stabilize it within the next hour, we'll have to eject the core and lose our only way home." Samantha and Imani, who had been observing nearby, exchanged a look. "Commander," Samantha ventured, "may we take a look? A fresh perspective might help." Zara hesitated only for a moment before nodding. "Proceed, but be cautious. This technology is beyond anything on Earth." The two human scientists approached the pulsing energy core, its swirling colors casting an eerie glow over the room. As alien technicians continued their frantic work, Samantha and Imani began to ask questions, their minds approaching the problem from angles the aliens hadn't considered. "What if we're thinking about this all wrong?" Imani mused, her eyes darting between holographic readouts. "Instead of fighting the instability, what if we lean into it?" Samantha's eyes lit up. "Like a controlled burn to prevent a forest fire. Imani, you're a genius." The two women quickly outlined their idea to Zara and Lux. Instead of trying to contain the energy fluctuations, they proposed a controlled release, using the ship's own systems to channel the excess energy harmlessly into space. Lux's crystalline form sparkled with agitation. "Impossible. The risk is too great. We cannot." But Zara cut him off, her gaze fixed on the excited faces of the human scientists. She remembered Samantha's words from their first meeting. We explore, we question, we imagine, not because we must, but because we can. Do it, Zara commanded. What followed was a frenzy of activity. Humans and aliens worked side by side, reconfiguring systems and writing new protocols on the fly. There were moments of near disaster, split-second decisions made on hunches and intuition that went against centuries of alien scientific doctrine. And then, just as it seemed all hope was lost, the course stabilized. The ship's hum returned to its normal pitch, and collective relief washed over the assembled crew. In the aftermath of the crisis, Zara found herself re-evaluating everything she thought she knew about progress and innovation. The human solution hadn't just saved the ship, it had improved the core's efficiency beyond what the aliens had thought possible. But not everyone saw it that way. As news of the incident spread through the ship, a divide began to form among the alien crew. Some, like Zara, were fascinated by the humans' ability to find novel solutions. Others, led by the more conservative Vex, saw the humans' unpredictable nature as a threat to the established order of the galaxy. Tensions came to a head during a heated debate in the ship's conference room. Vex, his insectoid frame looming over the others, clicked his mandibles in agitation. "Commander, surely you see the danger these humans pose. Their chaotic nature, their disregard for established protocols, they cannot be allowed to influence the greater galactic community." Zara stood firm, her scales shimmering with barely contained emotion. And yet, Vex, it was that very nature that saved our ship and our lives. We cannot ignore the potential benefits of their unique perspective. As the argument intensified, Samantha stepped forward, her voice cutting through the tension. "With all due respect," she said, addressing both Zara and Vex, "you're both missing the point. Our chaotic nature, as you call it, isn't about disregarding rules or protocols. It's about being willing to question them, to imagine alternatives. It's not chaos for the sake of chaos. It's about adaptation, growth, and seeing possibilities where others see only problems." The room fell silent as both aliens and humans considered her words. In that moment of quiet reflection, an alert chimed from the ship's communications system. A message from the Galactic Council had arrived, demanding an immediate report on the Earth situation. Zara looked around the room, at the mix of alien and human faces, each waiting to see what she would do. The next few moments would determine not just Earth's fate, but potentially the future of the entire galaxy. With a deep breath, Zara made her decision. "Prepare for an emergency council session," she announced. "It's time the galaxy learned about humanity, for better or for worse." As the alien ship prepared to break orbit and make the journey to the Galactic Council's headquarters, both humans and aliens felt the weight of the moment. They were about to embark on a journey that would challenge the very foundations of galactic society. Samantha gazed out at the Earth, growing smaller in the viewscreen. "What do you think will happen?" she asked Imani, her voice barely above a whisper. Imani smiled, squeezing her friend's hand. "I don't know," she replied, "but isn't that the most exciting part?" As the ship accelerated towards the stars, the fate of two civilizations hung in the balance. The great human experiment was about to face its ultimate test.